Hi guys, and welcome back to Sports Game World HD. Today I'm going to bring you the second episode of our QPR Let's Play series on FM13. If you haven't watched the previous episode, I will put an annotation on the screen, so if you click that, it will take you to a different new tab and you can watch it there. And then come back and watch this episode and then you're up to speed. Today we're going to look through the summer transfers, the fixtures, and we've got a live com against Everton. But before I do that, I have to say, it's been an absolute nightmare making this video because my laptop has now decided it hates me and has decided to start overheating and then turning itself off. So this is the fourth time I've attempted to record this episode for you guys. So as soon as I go near FM13 or go near anything, it just overheats and then turns off. So fingers crossed I can get through this video, but because of that I will record the Everton episode as a separate video and then put an annotation for you guys to go off and watch that in a separate video, just so that, because I don't think it would last 20 minutes or so recording time. I think it will just turn itself off, and also I don't think it'll be able to cope with rendering the video, etc, etc. So I'm not going to risk it, and before I send it off for repair I'm going to have to do it in two stages, this video. So I will do it so you guys can watch them one after the other, so there won't be any difference there, but that's how I'm going to have to do this one, just for the time being, until I get it repaired or get myself a new desktop computer. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. But anyway, today onwards with the transfers, and let's take a look who I brought in. First player brought in was Okora, a Danish centre-back. Already played 4 times, at only 20 years old he's already played 4 times for Denmark, which is very impressive for a centre-back, considering that they normally play the national football a bit older, when they're a bit more experienced. So it's very impressive. 15 tackling and 14 marking are his key stats. Bit of a psycho though. Aggression and bravery at 18 and 16. So he's a bit of a nutter, I think. But maybe we can tame the beast. Who knows? Interestingly, he can play also up front. Maybe that's because his physical stats are pretty epic. But I will never use him up front. But it's nice to know if I wanted to, I could. But I will never ever play him up front. Next signing is Admilson, a Brazilian striker brought in from Sao Paulo. I think I mentioned about bringing him in the last episode. Can't remember if I did, but we did get him. He's only 18 years old. He's on £2,500 a week, which is dirt cheap. 15 finishing, 15 composure. Physical stats are on the rise. This guy is going to become a bit of an animal in this game, I think. Per Kiljan Skellenbred. I don't know how you say that, I'm not very good at Norwegian names. Brought him in from Hamburg, I think it was. Attacking midfielder, and also can play deep line playmaker. Well, in my mind he can, when I want him to play there. That's how I play, so he will play there. But he's got all the stats for it. 15 technique, 14 passing, 15 first touch, 13 dribbling, which is a little bit low, but we can raise that with training. Again, just like Okora, bit of a psycho, aggression 18. So we're going to have a bit of fighting spirit in the team. Who knows whether that will be a good thing or not, but he's not the quickest player, with only 12 pace, but he's off the mark speed with his acceleration and agility at 16 and 15 means he's very able in the midfield to win the ball, beat the defender to the ball. So that's what you want from a midfielder. So not the sort of pace to play out on the wing, although they suggest he can sort of play out there, but I won't probably use him on the wing at all. This guy has no problem with pace at all. Wilfried Zaha, brought him in from Crystal Palace. The player is in much demand in real life from the likes of Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, etc, etc. They all want him. Brought him in on this save. Now, I think I did get him in cheap. I can't remember, I think it was about £2 million. I will show you an overview of what I spent on players. I got him in for about £2 million, and I threw in loads of players into the deal, a couple of players into the deal to bring the price down. So, good bit of business. However, his stats are pretty shocking. His technical stats are dreadful. There's no other way of putting it. 16 dribbling and 12 technique are his only ones with colour. The rest of them are greyed out, blacked out, whatever you want to call it. Mental stats, flair, determination, that's all he's got. But then speed. You get to his physical stats. 17 acceleration, 14 agility, 17 pace, 11 strength, which isn't too bad. It's all going to rise. Hopefully get that stamina up with some match fitness and all that sort of stuff. This guy, hopefully with his training, hopefully I can make him into a bit of a monster with his speed, etc. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But there must be something that makes all these clubs want him in real life. And FM is very realistic in terms of how they judge the stats of players. So he must improve. And they are saying he's a 4.5 star rated potential player. So who knows? This guy's stats: Thomas Ince, Paul Ince's son, I believe it is. His stats do not worry me at all. 13 crossing, 16 dribbling. They're the key stats there because he's a winger. Also his speed, of course. 13 acceleration, 12 agility, 14 pace, 15 natural fitness. Creativity 14, flair 14, off the ball 13, technique 14. This guy, in real life as well, he's been tracked by Man United and Liverpool, I think it is. They want him, maybe even Tottenham as well, I'm not sure. But I think he's going to become an England international in the future, in real life and on the game. So we've snapped him up. I think he was a bit pricey. I think he was. I can't remember the price exactly, but I seem to remember buying him for quite a bit of money. And because I had to bring him in for a bit of money, this guy, Sydney Sam, could only come in on loan, which is a little bit disappointing. He was listed, and this guy is just a beast. He plays an inside forward on either left or the right wing, and his stats lend themselves for the inside forward just amazingly. 12 crossing, which is a little bit low for a 24-year-old winger, so that's a bit meh. But then 15 dribbling, 17 finishing, 16 first touch, 17 long shots, 14 technique, 18 flair, 12 composure, which isn't too bad for a winger, and then his speed, 18 acceleration, 18 agility, 16 pace. This guy is just a phenomenon down the wing. He's just an inside forward. He just cuts in and just scores goals like they're going out of fashion. Hopefully Leverkusen will let me buy him on a permanent in the future. I didn't put a future fee in. I don't think I'd put a future fee in, so if I haven't, I will have to negotiate like there's no tomorrow and try and get him. Here's an overview of what we did in the market overall. As you see, we spent £17.5 million, and you're probably thinking, but you only got a budget of like £5 million. Well, I did put the transfers over 48 months, sorry, I can't get my words out, due to our transfer budget being so low and being this... I can't get my words out. And I thought there was such a lot of work that needed to be done on the squad in terms of bringing in young players with a bit more flair in the squad, I guess. I felt the squad was a bit old, a bit leggy, a bit one-dimensional, so I had to bring quite a few new young lads in, and I felt like I had to do quite a lot of business. So to do it all up front would not be suitable. I'll be bringing in terrible players. So thought this window alone, we're going to go for quality and we're going to go for young players and we're going to throw them out for 48 months, and it worked pretty well. Selling wise, brought in £1.3 million. All these deals were done by our director of football. That's a brilliant feature by SI this year. Just let the director of football deal with all the transfers. The Crystal Palace deal for Wilfried Zaha. I brought in Wilfried Zaha for £2 million, but I threw in Hogan and Ephraim, I don't know how you say it, and Jamie Mackie into the deal, so we got that down to £2 million, which was really good. Thomas Ince at £7 million was a little bit pricey for my liking. Admilson was his minimum release fee. Joris Okoro was really cheap, and Skellen Bled was really cheap as well. So that was pretty good bits of business there. Now, when I say there were 48 months, sorry, I forgot to mention that this year it's very difficult. I'm finding it very difficult to do all the fee up over 48 months. They always want a few $100,000 up front and then the rest of it over 48 months. So part of the fee of these fees are over 48 months. The other parts are up front. So that's how that's worked. With regards to fixtures, we played Preseason, played Woking, then a tour of America, a training camp of America, and we played Vancouver, Real Salt Lake, Houston, and Chivas USA, beating Woking first of all, sorry I forgot to say 2-0, then we beat Vancouver 6-1, then lost to Real Salt Lake 3-2 with the completely rotated team, then beat Houston 2-1, then finished off against Chivas, beating them 4-0. So not a bad pre-season, mostly focusing on getting the fitness up of the whole squad, and I was concentrating on doing the transfers, so pretty pleasing overall. Then on to the important games. We played against Aston Villa to start the season off with and drew 2-2. Park Ji-sung and Bobby Zamora got our goals. We were leading 2-0 at half-time until like the last 60 minutes we were 2-0 up, and then we threw it away because I think we had a sending off. No? Maybe. I think we maybe had a sending off. I can't remember if we did. I think we did. Something happened in the defence. Either a player got injured and I had no more subs, or we got a player sent off. One of them. It was a while ago now I played this due to my laptop messing about. So I think we definitely had a problem at the back, and that's what opened us up and let them score 2 goals. So pretty harsh, I think I'd say. Then we responded though to play Newcastle at home and beat them 2-1. With Sydney Sam getting both our goals. Like I said, he is a bit of a monster, coming in as our inside forward, so he just scores goals like there's no tomorrow. And that leaves us in 5th place after 2 games, a whole 2 games, so clearly a long way in the season gone. You know, obviously this is a huge indication of where we're going to finish, 5th, I wish, maybe. No, it's not really, is it? 2 games. It's not very long at all. So still a hell of a long way to go. You know, 5th. If we finish 5th, I will be ecstatic. But we're probably not gonna, because it's very difficult. I'm finding it very difficult to find tactics that work this year. So 5th. At the moment, it's going to be nice to enjoy being 5th at the moment. And Everton, of course, are live-com opponents in this joint 2-part episode. So they're above us in the league, so we can leapfrog them. We can even go top if results go our way, I think. Can we go top? Joint top. It's highly likely we're going to score 5 goals. So joint top. We can go joint top of the league. So hopefully we can achieve that with a win against Everton. Our Capital One Cup game was against Peterborough away from home, and we won 3-0. Sean Wright-Phillips, Andy Johnson and Dribble Cisse got our goals. And we got in the next round, we got Doncaster, and I do not know why it says here Peterborough 3, QPR 0, because we won 3-0. So that's quite a, I don't know, maybe that's a bug in the game, or I don't know, because we definitely won 3-0. I remember playing this game, I remember everything about it. We won 3-0. So maybe SI have got a little bug there. I don't know if you're watching SI. Tell me, please. But we definitely won 3-0. It's lying to you. That's not true. We won 3-0. So that's going to end the first part of this episode. This is the team sheet that we'll be going with today. As you can see, that's Julio Cesar in goal, Luke Young at right back, Stefan Ambia, Nadim Anua, Armand Traore making up the back line due to fatigue in players such as Fabio knackered, Boswing is injured. Who else normally plays? Okore is on the bench, he's young player. Decate is playing the ball-winning midfield role. Farlin, the deep-line playmaker. Thomas Ince, Adel Tarap, Sidney Sam, Bobby Zamoros will complete our starting lineup. But that'll do for this first part of this episode. I'll leave an annotation now, probably in the middle of the screen or something, in big letters or something. So click that, it'll take you to the live com against Everton. Leave a like for the transfers, and I will see you guys in the next episode.